Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to How's the HUD. And for this episode, we're going to be looking at JofreHUD, something like that. I don't really know how to say it. By Joffrey, whatever, Joffrey problem. I don't know how to say this guy's name, and I apologize for it, but, it's like French or something, and I don't speak French. Either way, this HUD is insanely technical. To install this for the first time, I had to rename the folder. Like, I booted up the game, and it literally said rename the folder. Then I had to close the game, rename the folder. Now we boot back up, and we have this insane customization menu. Set my resolution as 1080p, because that's my resolution. I think I picked the preset. Okay, now it's frozen. Clearly not doing anything anymore. Sheesh. Presets unsupported yet. So this guy's gonna add some crazy customization to his HUD, it looks like. This seems really fucking cool. This is all in-game, by the way. I'm not like on his website or something. This is in-game. We have color pickers. We can change main menu stuff. We can change the background. I'm not gonna change pretty much any of this, I don't think. I set a speed meter. I see speed meter. I click speed meter. Friends list. Yes or no. Kind of wish there was just like an in-game toggle instead. Show metal, yes or no. I'm not gonna touch any of that. Speed meter. Let's do speed meter. I'm not gonna mess with anything else. Everything else is gonna be all the default values, but this is really, really cool. Speed meter style, disable it. Don't know. Hover in the button a few seconds to see the tooltip text. I'm hovering here and there's nothing, but I guess we're not touching this. I'm assuming check in the top right means I'm done doing settings, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, okay. JofreHUD, browse, request options, advanced. Is this the HUD? I thought this was a loading screen. Oh wow, this is something else. I've never seen a HUD quite like this before. The customization on this is insane. I'm assuming customization will bring that menu back up. But this is nuts. The guy behind this has a vision. I don't see the same vision, to be fair. I think this is maybe too complex, but to each their own, man. Like, the fun part with HUDs, you can make whatever you want. To me, this is too busy to... There's so much going on here. Shop, loadout, training, bugs. Bugs. I guess there's bugs with the... What's bugs? I click bugs, nothing happened. Atch's achievement. Loadout. This is a cool loadout screen, though. It's like some high quality mercs with like a nice coloration. Like, they're grayscale, and then you hover over it, colorize the character. There's like a nice red outline. That's pretty cool. Kind of sucks that you don't see item names by default here. Maybe that's a bug of some kind, or maybe that's a customization option, but the highlighting of the background and the removing the character, like, this looks pristine. They even have controls in the bottom left here. Control for lights? I'm pressing that button, it's not doing much. Alt to rotate, I can just left click to do that. It's still pretty cool though, I can see all the different stuff. I can't see my unusual effects though, which is really weird. Because the wrench up there is the engineer's wrench and not anything else. Not sure what's going on at the bottom of the screen there. But yeah, so my unusual effects don't load in for some reason. But otherwise, oh, now they do. Okay. I guess that was some kind of bug, but only one of them's loading, and this one's the Cuban smoke is not loading in on this one. Very, very confused by this. Yeah. This seems like a lot. Like, I'm sure if the guy who made this and anyone who understands this is great, but I think for the average person, there's way too much going on here. Like, I'm just... I mean, you could watch... I mean, you see my live reaction. This is just insane. The amount of stuff going on here. There's a marketplace and backpack TF link in-game. Is this the time? Or what is... No, this is 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Is how long I've had the game open? Seems about right. That's kinda... There's just like so much going on here. We got reload HUD, I'm assuming. What is this? What is this? Is this the console? That's insane. That's party chat. What's this button? There's a sniper button up here. But you can disable the entire HUD itself. The I button Shows your playtime and who made the HUD and all that. There's got some cool animated thing down here. God damn. What's this? JofreHUD Team Fortress. You can change brightness. Okay, man. I'm like master config, game banana, bot detect. Like they got so much. I've never seen so much stuff in a HUD. I am confused. I'm so lost. NVIDIA inspector? Dude, what the hell? I'm sure for the guy who made this and understands how it's used, this is like everything they've ever wanted. But I think for everyone else, at least for me, I'm a relatively technical guy, and this is insane. The amount of options available. I like this though. This is really, really cool. The pop-up right here looks really nice. The stylization on the boards and stuff is really, really cool. The actual pictures used for everything, like training and MVM and all that, that's all pretty neat. But yeah, with that being said, let's hop into casual. Hit that let's go button. Where is the queue showing up? That had like a custom animation for queue for casual too. This is something, man. This is a cool loading screen. I think it's better to show at least like something on screen when you're loading in. We're off to Odyssey. This is a summer 2024 map. Hopefully it gets added back to the game. Like, this is one of my favorites that they've added in a while. Like, I kind of hope they make it available year-round, or at least in future summer updates or something. Welcome, Odyssey. Oh, they have like a little GTA wheel for picking the classes. I can't drag my character in the back or anything. Oh my god. There's so much to take in with this HUD, it's crazy. This looks so, like, modern. I don't even know how else to describe it. This is like a modernized TF2 HUD. The top looks like super clean. Like, I don't like this as much as some of the other ones personally, but it looks super clean. Super, super clean, super modernized. The chat looks like something I'd see in, what's the game called? Day Defeat or something like that? Some really old school games used to use stuff like this. You can see like the little mic icon of who's speaking. If they're not speaking, it's just like, that's me joining blue team, that's Nico joining red team. The HUD in the middle is nice and minimized. The plus, I'm assuming, is supposed to mean plus for health. The kill feed's a nice spot. The kill streak's in a nice spot. The one thing I don't like is that the chat's down here. I think the chat should just be in the top left, especially since they copied the kill feed and kill streaks in the top right, like most other places. But I guess that's their own personal thing. What is that? Subtitles? I'm taking bleed damage from soldier. And then, what if I, like, hurt myself with a bomb? That was, see, the soldier called for a spy, and then it... Yeah, so that's subtitles. That's crazy. I'm sure if you know what all those symbols mean, that'll be super, super useful. Yeesh. Let's see the build menu. Build menu's somewhat small. I feel like I've never seen teleport entrance built by Sizzle on my stream before. I think it's been there, but I feel like the custom font or whatever really makes it notable when I pulled that out. Or no, I don't see that anymore. What? Is that just with teleporters? What caused that to happen? It didn't happen. It won't happen again. Yeah. Nice, clean, minimal text and everything. On the left, we have the ammo and the kills and all that. Pretty clean as well. Medic-wise, I need someone to actually be here to be able to heal him. But this HUD, I think this will probably be the most complex HUD I'm ever going to look at. Because what the fuck? This wasn't suggesting me or anything. I was just browsing the recently updated HUDs, and this was recently updated. Okay, so medic-wise, instead of your ammo thing, that's where it shows info about your recharge and who you're healing. But then their health and ammo is in the middle. It's kinda neat, but I think having their name in the middle just makes a whole lot more sense, personally. But maybe that's just me. But yeah, the subtitles thing is pretty neat, actually. I think over time I'm getting more accustomed to the whole, like, soldier damage thing or whatever. I do kind of like it when it's spelled out a lot more. It's kind of the point of most subtitles. But it's pretty cool. They got, like, symbol subtitles for stuff happening. And then, last thing I guess check out is the meters. The meters aren't labeled, and that's pretty bad. Like, in this situation, like, which one's the cleaver? Middle? The Rap Assassin? Top for some reason, then Soda Popper's in the middle? Or at the bottom? But if I go to Demo Man, the one at the top is the item in my middle slot. Or if I go to loadouts, Right, tide turn is in my middle spot. If I go to loadout on scout, the thing in the middle, I guess, was the flank guillotine. And soda pop was on the bottom. But what if I change this? Like, I go scout. Okay, so the middle's always the middle. They actually make that consistent. That's good. I'm glad they're doing that. But still, there's so much going on with it. This HUD is both minimal and complex at the same time. It's super minimal in terms of, like, the actual end result, but, like, all the customization and the 40 million menu options and buttons are, like, insane. It's like too much to take in. Maybe if I got adapted to it, I'd like this a lot more. When I'm spectating, it's interesting. I don't see where I see people's names. Yeah. Pressing F to inspect. Ooh, that's bugged. When I press F to inspect somebody, it only shows like half of the thing. But that's so tricky. There's a scout here. Okay, I'm gonna kill blind real quick. Drank Bob. Dodging. Interesting. But yeah, I don't see people's names when I spectate, and then the post-game thing I don't really like as much either. I feel like there's a lot of lack of information there. But overall, this HUD is insanely high effort. That's the Q for game button. Which one's the disconnect? Got the lead button, that would make sense. This HUD is by far the most high effort one I've ever seen. They're clearly trying something special here, and maybe in the future when they get it all figured out and then can make it a bit more user-friendly, it'll be really cool. But in its current state, this was really weird to set up, and overly complex. Like, the layout is both insanely simple and insanely complex. It's simple in that, like, the buttons are, you know, small and nicely placed and all that, but it's complex where if I don't instantly know what all this stuff means, it's, like, really hard to know. There's no, like, indicators for what anything is, right? Like, this is the reload button, this is a search button, but the search button opens up this weird HUD thing. Or like console. It is just the console. Okay, that's the TF2 console. This is the party chat. That makes sense. Playing and stop playing. That makes sense. Info makes sense. This is like to disable HUD. I don't really understand that one. And we have like a whole other button there. Customization's insane. And then quick play is pretty cool. This brings the master config quick play, which lets you get community servers really quick. So that's pretty cool as well. Overall, personally, I'm gonna have to give this one a 3 out of 5. I think for most people, this is almost inaccessible, if that makes sense. It is super accessible. They're really straightforward with everything, but there's so much going on with this HUD. It's like an entirely different game. Like, I'm like having to take a class, you know, study for 10 years, and then I can come back and use this HUD. And that's just not great for most people, I don't think. But outside of that fact, outside of the crazy amount of options, crazy amount of setup, this HUD is very clean, very customizable, very cool. It's cool as customizable in game. I really do like that. But the initial setup and all that's a little nuts, and I don't personally like the really compressed HUD in the middle here in the main menu. I think it's too busy, too hard to read. So yeah, the 3 out of 5 ratings, but it's very, very solid, but very, very hard to use, I think, for most people. And yeah, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.